receive what is rightfully yours. Once you make space in your vessel, the blessings gon' pour. Clearing the way, knock the obstacles off of the board.
YouTube announces new policies to target medical misinformation. Right. Till truth came out, they didn't have to have a misinformation fact checkers, folks. So they're creating a new framework to crack down on medical misinformation. So all these alternatives that are ivermectin or me doing my biomagnetism, we're not going to be allowed to promote. They're going to remove all our videos. They've already removed my testimonies on my biomag channel, videos of people having success in biomagnetism, and they've taken me down already. And there's one more thing about Google cracking down as well. Same time frame, folks, so you can just see this being put into play. So here she explains it pretty well about their agenda.
Global internet censorship began today. This was August the 7th. Google's new global censorship tool was introduced today at 9:10 a.m. via an email press release. Instead of global internet censorship, Google calls it fact check tools. Its purpose is to eliminate dissent on any topic Google selects. Their partners are the United Nations and the World Health Organization. Plus 71 pages of other partners are listed in the fine print on this website. Google's algorithms are designed to delete websites that criticize topics such as COVID-19 statistics, the World Bank, the FBI's crime statistics, Farm GKB, a one world global government. Other topics include global warming statistics provided by the IPCC, and many others. The algorithms are Google's last-ditch attempt to control the internet before people worldwide can no longer access it. The goal is to have one point of view. Google calls it data commons. All data supports one global government under the United Nations banner. Google has the only say on what news gets read or blocked from the internet. And this helps with the new social credit score system that is coming.
Media emotionally manipulates black people whenever it's convenient. It worked so well last year during election season, and after all that social justice campaign, we still haven't gotten what y'all was begging for. At the risk of sounding insensitive, I think we have to look at the psychological ramifications of fear conditioning. Even in movies and shows supposedly centered around our stories, we're always traumatized and brutalized. We have to ask, what's the purpose of consistently making us emotionally unstable? We've seen over the past year how fear is used to control people on a massive scale and dupe them into doing things that are irrational at best. If you can control a person's thoughts and emotions, then you own that person. You can manipulate their actions to your advantage. Staying emotionally and mentally sound should be the focus. The revolution won't be televised because it takes place in the mind first. Remember that. Again, be aware but don't be consumed. Overall change starts with the individual. The best thing you can do for the black community is improving yourself and your families.
We're undergoing a soft coup, and the idea is to create a whole new set of laws and ignore the existing human rights laws and other laws under the pretext of pandemic preparedness and the biosecurity agenda. The WHO is developing through all its nations, but with the WHO director and the United States in charge, a pandemic treaty and amendments to the existing international health regulations that will remove the human rights protections currently embedded in the IHRs, will enforce surveillance, censorship, get rid of freedom of speech, require governments to censor and only push a single narrative. One Health is another part of this. One Health is a concept that was created to enable the WHO, with these documents, to take over jurisdiction of everything in the world by saying that climate change, animals, plants, water systems, ecosystems are all central to health. Also embedded in this concept is a peculiar notion that humans are no longer of greater value than animals.
Знаете, я уже общался и с одним президентом США, и с другим, и с третьим. Президенты приходят и уходят, а политика не меняется. Знаете почему? Потому что очень сильна власть бюрократии. Вот человека избрали, он приходит с одними идеями, к нему приходят люди с кейсами, хорошо одетые и в темных, как у меня, костюмах, но только не с красным галстуком, а с черным или с темно-синим. И начинают объяснять, как нужно делать. И все сразу меняется, понимаете? Это происходит от одной администрации к другой.
the money is there. If we can save the banks, then we can save the world. I mean,
if you got you need to do a heavy metal detox. And the reason that is because of graphene. Now, a lot of you, I'm sure you've heard about graphene being in and if you don't know what graphene is, it's programmable matter because it can be manipulated through electromagnetic frequencies. And if you understand the transitioning from 3D, 4D, 5D, when it comes to our towers, it's not just to do with our consciousness and the elevation of our consciousness, but 3G could not penetrate the cell membrane when 5G can. Graphene is basically a one atom thin sheet of carbon-based material with a hexagonal lattice structure like mesh of chicken wire. And it's extremely strong, it's flexible, it's flame retardant, and it turns light into electricity. And it is invisible to the naked eye without a microscope. Now, it's important to understand that when the government says going green, nothing about the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals is actually even green, because they want to plant sensors everywhere and on everything like humans, plants, and animals, not just on products built into the environment. There are people in American universities that want to spray smart dust over the entire city to have everything recorded into the system because they want to have their tentacles in every aspect of every human's life. Now, the government is basically the machine, and the AI is the quantum computing beast system, and our federal tax dollars are funding this transition to post-humanism. This is why, for the love of all that is holy, you need to stop letting AI do things for you. You need to stop giving AI information to build shit for us. That is the Antichrist. That is the anti-everything. That is the end of us. They're moving us into an era where every human has to have a global digital citizenship, and that will be done using blockchain for permanent record keeping, which is basically using cryptocurrency, creating digital twin identities. The AI wants to learn what it's like to be human, so we're all teachers to the AI system as it feeds on our information. So humans are now the data mining enterprise because we are the next phase of resource extraction. Listen, this graphene shit's not just in our... Okay, it's going to be used in air filtration systems, water purification systems, and soil systems. I want you to look up a man by the name of James Tour, Dr. James Tour, the founder of Advanced Materials. He's also a professor at a university. On his YouTube channel, he's bragging about how he's the leader of the nanotech revolution. His students already developed and patented something called laser-induced graphene, which is being used to laser logos into food. So this graphene is now edible. There is basically no limit to the possibilities of its use when it comes to graphene. Even now, it's being studied in bio-nanocompatibility, and they're currently using graphene for male condoms and even inside of women's wombs surrounding the placenta. Now that leads into biodigital convergence and hacking humans or improving humans to a thing called Humanity Plus. And if you look up Humanity Plus, they are a non-profit organization which was conceived to reach transhumanists around the world. And this organization advocates ethical use of technology to improve the human condition and expand human capabilities. And the chair of this organization is Dr. Ben Goertzel. I don't know if I said that right, but if you look him up, he's responsible for the brain software in Sophia the robot. Now, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm just telling you how it is. Maui is only the beginning. Back in 2017, there were tweets from these organizations on how Maui was going to be the epicenter for these techno cities. So we need to stop fucking with AI. We need to stop feeding this quantum computing beast system because it's literally just gathering our information.
What do I want people to know about me? Can I twist that question?
Sure.
This is what I want people to know. The whole point of the human race and the human mind in itself is evolution. Whether it's evolution spiritually, physically, period. Evolution. The purpose from birth is creation. That's all humans do. Everything around you was created. You were created. That table over there created, this chair created, this mic created, that camera created, that hat created. The whole point of the human race in itself is creation. Before now, when there was at least, ideally, the belief of two human beings on earth. Everything after that was a creation in itself. The whole point is evolution and creation. If you're not evolving, you're doing something wrong. So anything that takes away the power of your mind is keeping you still and delaying your evolution. The whole point of life is evolution. Study your laws of the universe. The law of attraction, the law of abundance, the law of equivalent exchange. Study your laws, the laws of cause and effect, the karmic cycle. Study your laws. Dwell into your mind, meditate. Understand that you can alter your realms by your train of thought. The minute you slow down your thought, you're able to leave your body through astral projection. You're only enslaved if you can't control your mind. So while you can and while you don't have the whole world against you, or you don't have a lot of worries, worry on freeing your mind from this realm. When you can free your mind from this realm, everything is but a thought. And if you can't free your mind, then you're a slave to this realm. The whole goal is you live and then you die. You can die plenty times while you're alive. The ideal physical death is completion. You served your purpose and then you went. There really is no rest for the wicked at all. I can't astral project, so I'm going to teach everybody else to do it, to free their minds and their souls. Or I'm going to at least, if this is what you want to dwell in, which I don't want to dwell in, I'm going to teach you how to at least be happy or create while you're here. But for those of you that seek out power, follow me. That's what I want them to know.
Self-made, bossed up, baby, I'm divine and it's by design. I ain't even got a flex, they know I'm a guy, feeling in my vibe. They salute